on the morning show next.
Now, all this week we've been giving you a dummy's guide to religion. It's been fascinating. We've looked at Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, and even paganism.
Well, for our final instalment, we are looking at Scientology, made famous by celebrities such as Tom Cruise and John Travolta. Well, here to explain it is the head of the Church of Scientology's Celebrity Centre in LA, Tommy Davis. Tommy, good morning to you. Thank you for your time. Just
good morning. Thank you.
Explain from the very beginning for us, what are the core beliefs of Scientologists?
Sure. Well, in Scientology, we believe that man is, the individual is a spiritual being. The idea being you've lived before and you'll live again. But as part of that, your potential is unlimited, even if it's not, fully realized. And so the concept there that you have is that, through the practice of Scientology, you can come to a better understanding of yourself, your own spiritual nature, and through that come to understand and enjoy family and friends and life, understand your own spirituality, and even come to a greater and a closer understanding of God. And that's probably a pretty simple way to explain it. That said, I mean, the best way is for people to buy a book by L. Ron Hubbard or go to the Scientology website. We have tons of videos on there that people can watch at Scientology.org or walk into a Church of Scientology.
Okay. L. Ron Hubbard sort of wrote all this down. It was sort of his philosophies and things like that. And I get that. I get that you follow a philosopher or something like that. What I don't get is what makes it a religion? Rather than just a club or an association, or you just like this bloke, and what he thinks.
Yeah, well, the thing is, what makes it a religion is that Scientology deals with the individual as a spiritual being. And as soon as you're into the realm of the spirit and an individual spiritual nature, and particularly when you have the concept of having lived before and living again and being an immortal spiritual being, and through the study of that and the study of life, coming to a greater understanding of your spiritual nature, as well as coming to a greater understanding of God, that doesn't belong anywhere else than in the field of religion.
And where did it start? Because as you said, L. Ron Hubbard and his writings, where does he believe we came from?
Well, you have the concept that you're a mortal spiritual being, so you've lived before and you'll live again. So your past is potentially infinite and your future is potentially infinite. There is no, there's no set idea of like where you came from or where life began in that regard.
How did he know that?
Well, really,
you talk about this bloke, L. Ron Hubbard, but where did he get all that from, rather than just saying, oh, this is what I think?
Well, Scientology came about from his studies, many, many decades of research and study of man and life and cultures. He traveled all over the world and studied dozens of different cultures and how people react and the way people live their lives and how people interact with each other. And through that, and through the study of man and case studies, even when people then started, applying Scientology procedures to their lives, he came to a greater and greater understanding of that and laid that all out. But by the same token, you have as a fundamental concept in Scientology that is what's true for you is true according to your observation, and that alone. In other words, don't take my word for it or something that you read. Go out and apply it to your life, because it's something that you actually apply to your life to make your life better. So by virtue of applying it, you see that it works, and you keep applying it to improve conditions in your life.
Are celebrities a major part of Scientology? Obviously, there's a lot of high-profile members that we can name, Tom Cruise just being one of them, and you're the head of the Celebrity Centre. Do you try to recruit celebrities?
Well, it's a bit of a misconception. I mean, frankly, Scientologists come from all walks of life. I mean, sure, there's certain people that are well-known that are Scientologists, but you have Scientologists who are doctors or plumbers or housewives or businessmen, or, I mean, really, Scientologists come from all walks of life. And I think anyone who's interested in understanding themselves better, understanding how to have better relations with their friends and their family, and understand their own spirituality and learn, like, real tools they can apply to their life to make their life better, that's the kind of person who's interested in Scientology. And frankly, the evidence of it is that it works. And in fact, one of the most common ways that people find out about Scientology is they hear about it from a friend, somebody that they know who they see as happy, or that kind of thing. So that's usually how people find out about it.
See, we have some pretty high-profile politicians here in Australia. Nick Xenophon's one of them, who says you're more like a cult than a religion.
Well, you know, everyone's welcome to his opinion. I think Senator Xenophon has made it pretty evident that he's not exactly in favor of, freedom of thought, freedom of religion, and for people to have the right to practice as they believe. And, of course, he has that right. But I think freedom of religion is something that Australia has shown that it has an enormous amount of respect for. I mean, the High Court's decision on that exact subject is considered one of the finest decisions on the subject of freedom of religion in the world, and it's really used as the benchmark. And from my viewpoint, I really applaud, Australia as a country that is, Australians really respect that people should be able to believe what they want to believe and practice as they want to practice, and that certainly includes, freedom of religion.
Yeah, well, we were discussing paganism yesterday, so it's been a really interesting week. We've all learned a lot.
Sure.
So, Tommy Davis, thank you very much for your time.
Absolutely, my pleasure. It was great meeting you both.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, it was sort of...
Make up your own mind. The whole idea of the segments this week was just to learn more rather than do anything else.
Now, as always, it's been an eventful week in the news. Kevin Rudd has been trying to sell his mining tax, while Apple announced a new phone that'll probably have a little bit more luck selling.
To take us through all the news, big and small, here they are, Jono and Dano.